Excellent moment to every one of us. We say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on our time zone. It is the humanity evolution of the global clusters again today. We are saying instead of NSAS, instead of end bad governance, instead of every protest and unrest that have benefited us as a people, as a nation, we are saying in the voice of the global president, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus, that come, let's do humanity evolution. Humanity is the true religion, not because of ethnicity, not because of tribe, not because of race, but because we are human. Let's start treating ourselves as human, and the new nation that we want, that we need, we'll have it. As we go forward, we call on the host kindly share the humanity evolution promo video. Thank you, host.
Imagine a world bathed in the soft glow of kindness. Picture a bustling marketplace in Marrakesh, where a vendor offers a warm smile and a kind word to a weary traveler. See a young girl in Tokyo offering her seat on the train to an elderly woman, their eyes meeting in a moment of shared humanity. In a small village in the Andes Mountains, neighbors gather to help a family rebuild after a storm, their shared laughter echoing through the valley. These are not isolated acts of charity. They are threads in a vibrant tapestry of compassion that is being woven across the globe. Each act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to a larger movement, a revolution of the heart. This is the humanity revolution. The humanity revolution is not a political movement, nor is it defined by any one religion or ideology. It is a universal calling, an awakening to the interconnectedness of all beings. It is a recognition that we are all part of something larger than ourselves, and that our actions have a ripple effect on the world around us. This revolution is fueled by compassion, the ability to understand and share in the suffering of others. It is driven by empathy, the capacity to step into another person's shoes and see the world through their eyes. And it is sustained by respect, a deep appreciation for the inherent worth and dignity of every human being. The impact of compassion is not merely anecdotal, it is deeply rooted in our biology and woven into the fabric of our communities. Studies have shown that acts of kindness release oxytocin, a hormone that promotes feelings of trust, connection, and well-being. When we are kind to others, we are also kind to ourselves. There are countless examples of how compassion and empathy have transformed lives and communities. In Rwanda, survivors of the genocide have come together to rebuild their shattered nation, offering forgiveness and understanding in the face of unimaginable pain. In the aftermath of natural disasters, we see ordinary people performing extraordinary acts of courage and selflessness, putting the needs of others before their own. The humanity revolution is not a spectator sport. It requires each of us to step onto the playing field of life and engage in acts of compassion, empathy, and respect. It challenges us to move beyond our comfort zones, to reach out to those who are different from us, and to extend a hand of friendship to those in need. Start small, smile at a stranger, listen with an open heart, offer a helping hand. These simple acts of kindness may seem insignificant, but they are the building blocks of a more compassionate and just world. Visit theglobalclusters.org to connect with others who are answering the call to action. Together, let us create a world where humanity thrives.
Together, let us create a world where humanity thrives. We greet every one of us following us on YouTube, on Facebook. We say excellent moment to us, and a very big shout out to the global president of the global clusters, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus, and a very big shout out to the zero zero 001 Humanity Evolution in person of Dr. Yaro Doris, and the 002 Humanity Evolution in person of Chaplain Dr. James Mercy Obatumbi, President of WOPE Nigeria. We say a very big shout out to you. Thanks for all you do to contribute positively to the development and growth of humanity and, of course, Nigeria and the whole world at large. I am Flosiran Oluwaseyi Odusagun. Today on Humanity Revolution, we're going to be looking at personal commitment to humanity. personal commitment to humanity. Humanity revolution is about fostering compassion, equality, and respect for all. Personal commitment is the cornerstone of driving this change. We are going to be looking at practical steps that we can engage in to make a difference in our community, in our homes, in our society, in our states, in our nation, in our continent, then spreading it to the world. Yes, what is personal commitment? We need to understand what personal commitment is about. It is a conscious choice to uphold humanity's best values, like what we do in the global clusters. We identify what is good and we amplify it. We are not in the bandwagon of those that share bad news because we want followers, we want views, we want likes. We are conscious about what we follow, talking about integrity, respect for all, competence, good character, all these, we are conscious of them and we uphold it. We promote that, we advocate that, that is what we do in the global clusters. Another understanding of personal commitment is involves empathy, kindness, and integrity in daily lives. That's very, very important about understanding personal commitment. It goes beyond words. It's about consistent action, like engaging in the global clusters meeting every day is part of what we do in the global clusters and it's part of what we do here in the humanity revolution. Now, why personal commitment matters? Why does this matter? It builds trust and solidarity within community. It builds trust and solidarity within community. When every one of us uh, we engage and we commit to and we dedicate ourselves to doing what is right, it builds trust and solidarity in our communities. It also sets an example for others to follow. When you decide, when you commit to doing what is right, when you commit to propagating the goodness, for example, in the global clusters, most of us have been benefiting a lot, and some of us are keeping mute about it, while some of us we are advocating it. So we are encouraging everyone to continue to advocate, announce the benefits. Is it the training that you've gotten, free trainings, or is it the monetization paths that you've been able to enjoy? Is it the right, accurate knowledge you've been able to get, accurate information you've been able to get, connection you've been able to get? You emphasize it, let the world know that something good is happening. That's a personal commitment. It also creates a ripple effect of positive change. When you are committed to doing what is right, even when it takes long for people to see you, at the end, it's going to speak and people are going to see what you stand for. And you're going to be a real model in the society. It also supports global peace and sustainability efforts. When everybody is putting their efforts, doing the right thing, doing what is right, you know, individually, it's go round. Everybody will now have the sense of belonging and responsibility of doing what is right in their own corner and spreading that across to wherever they go to. That is why personal commitments matter. Now, what are the ways we can show personal commitment? Volunteer time and skills for social causes. You understand? When we do volunteering, helping others, there are so many things to be done. There are a lot of problems around us. If you could identify something as a problem, that means you have the ability to provide solution to it, even if you are not being recognized or rewarded at that moment. Volunteering your time and skills for social causes, educating people, enlightenment, telling people about the benefits of the global clusters and the goodness that is happening here is one of the things that we could do to show personal commitment, and also support initiative that promotes human rights. Understand, enlightening people about their rights. Most people are suffering because they don't know their rights. Most people don't even know what the government have in place for them. So people don't even understand the government policies. They are just moving, and they get victimized unnecessarily. So you can support initiative that promotes human rights, like what we do here at the Global Clusters. On one of our sessions by the OO2 Humanity Evolution, chaplain Dr. James Obatsumbi, it was there some time ago, training us about our rights, how to identify them, and of course, how to respect people's rights also. So we have learned that, we have gained that. We can also go out there to enlighten others, to educate others, and to encourage them, to support the rights of others and to know that they have their rights to protect also anywhere they go to. That's ways. Another way we can show personal commitment. Another way we can show personal commitment is advocates for fairness and justice. Advocates for fairness and justice. When we have learned, in the global clusters, and most of us had the opportunity to have the education and the enlightenment about treating people right. There was a time we talked about equity, equality, and liberation. It's very important. It's very, very important that these that we have learned we share with others. It's been seen most of the time that people, when they have some knowledge, when they have some information, they hold it to themselves and they allow people to suffer while they just go on. Some people, they just need to know. They just need to know what they need to do part time and just grow around. So you can be that person. You can show your own personal commitments, understand, by advocating, for fairness and justice when you are opportune to witness or experience someone that has been unjustly uh, um, unjustly treated. You can come in, or unfairly treated. You can come in as a parent, as a teacher, colleague at work, in the neighborhood. You can stand to support. To mediate, to let peace reign is very, very important. There are ways that you show personal commitment. Another way we can show personal commitment is practice respect in all interactions. The world has gone virtual now. The world has gone digital. Some people, they'll just be on their keyboard and just be ranting and be abusing people. People that even when you meet them one on one, you are not even close to them in any way. You understand? So you just talk to people because we learned in one of our chaplain James session in respecting laws. You understand? He said that although we have freedom of expression, but that doesn't give us the indulgence to abuse it. You understand? You respect people. If you are on the phone, with anyone, you show respect. If you are meeting anyone for the first time, you show respect. Even when you get familiar with people, sometimes there's this syndrome, this familiarization syndrome. Sometimes, meeting people, for the first time. I believe the global president mentioned something about that in one of his survival strategy, talking about access. How do you manage the access you have? This is we talk about accurate connection in the global clusters. These are part of our currencies that we share here. We share accurate knowledge, accurate information, and accurate connection. Now, when you have access to this connection, how do you manage them? Sometimes when we meet you for the first time, we tend to show respect to them. We tend to regard them, respect them. But when we now get familiarized too much, it's called the familiarization syndrome. You will just tend to abuse the rights, abuse the privilege and the familiarization that we have. So we shouldn't be like that. We should be committed to staying true, to ourselves, being that person that is respectful, irrespective of the age of the person. Even if it's a child, you respect child, because every child also have their right. Every adult have their right. Every citizen have their right. Understand? Don't respect people because of their class, because they are allies, because they are rich, because they have high status in the community. Everybody, you respect the old, the young, the rich, the poor, the well-to-do, the less privileged. Respect the special people in the environment. Show respect, show kindness to everyone. These are the ways that we show personal commitment in humanity. Now, overcoming challenges, you know, all these as an individual, as humans, relating with human beings, sometimes we are faced with some challenges, in our relationship with humans. So how can we overcome this? Sometimes there might be some impediments to our commitments. Sometimes we learn, okay, this is how I should behave, this is how I should interact with people. But sometimes we tend to want to forget, you know, we tend to want to forget what we've learned, but when we are committed to making this our habits become part of us. So how can we overcome some of the challenges relating to our personal commitments? Number one, face resistance with patience and resilience. Sometimes you might want to be explaining yourself, to people. Maybe there's an issue, you experience an injustice, and you want to protect that person, and there's some resistance. You just have to be patient and explain yourself better. Sometimes you might want to explain to people the benefit of the global clusters and what we represent, and some people, because they don't understand what it is, they might want to resist that. This look good to be true. You just have to be patient. Explain your own benefit. You understand? It is only a fool that will doubt proofs. You understand? When you show the proof of how you have benefited from this platform, you understand, to people, it's not about you coercing anyone, you understand, or flattering anyone, or to see the platform. This is a platform that will be created, and you have benefited from it. You understand? So it's very, very important that you also express this to people. The global clusters has come to stay, and it's here to liberate, it's here to empower, it's here to scale up. You understand? It's here to help a lot of people, and has been working over a year right now. And a lot of people have their own testimonies, and that's why we are encouraging people that you have benefited, you understand, go ahead. Most of us have benefited from UK courses while we are here, you understand. Most of us have benefited from the monetization aspect. Most of us have benefited by having the right people, in our circle. We have opportunity to get trained, you understand. And most of us also, we are even ready to take over opportunities, you understand, and we can do them well. So because of all these trainings, we have businesses in the global clusters are ready for everyone to participate in. When you express all these opportunities to people, they want to know more, and as they get engaged in what we do in global clusters, like our meetings, getting engaging in the deliberation and every of our interactive sessions, getting to know ourselves, what we do, and how we can work together. Like several businesses and opportunities, several entrepreneurs that have been here, expressing their interest in the global clusters and adopting us, to do businesses with them, because they believe that we are people that they can trust. Even with zero naira, you can start working with entrepreneurs, and you are going to be good for yourself. Imagine you affiliating for people, working with business people with your integrity, with your competence and character, and you are earning. No matter what the economy is saying, you're going to be continuing to grow. So those are the things that we share, in the global clusters. And when you're expressing this to people through your own um, experiences, it's easy for people to welcome you and understand what the global clusters is about. Now, another way of overcoming some challenges in personal commitment is stay informed about global and local issues. That's why in the global cluster we have the accurate knowledge and information revolution. Every Saturday, we come here, we talk about what is real, facts. We talk about what you need to know. In the certificate every Friday, we come here, we pass the right. In the global, there's nothing we do in the global clusters that is fake. You understand? Very recently, something happened to me. I met one of our clusters, he just joined 3 weeks ago, and I chatted him that I want to do my driver's license. My driver's license has passed since 2016, and because of the experiences of people, it got because of you and like, and I have to very to go to school up and like, and I just need a sure plug that will give me the right direction based on the work that you have the right knowledge, you have the right power, you have the right accurate information. You're moving from where you are to where you ought to be. So when I got the right information, so I contacted a clustarian, and we talked, and it gave me a right how to go about it. And I got my capturing, I got my capturing, and everything went very smooth. You understand? Because I was informed. Even though what I did for just a day, and I got my temporary ID today. You understand? What I did today for that drive, some people they are still only 3 months. They have not even gotten their capturing. Let alone they want to get the ID. You understand? So we should stay informed about the right information. In the global clusters, we give ourselves the right knowledge, the right what is working. We're not here to pick anyone. We're not here to flatter anyone. We are here because the global president, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus, sees that these are the things that everyone needs. When you have the right knowledge, when you have the right information, and you get connected to the right people, your life will be so smooth because you have the right circle. You understand? Do not forget that your network determine most of the time your net worth. You understand? There's so many people that are starting businesses who with zero naira and they're making it because they have the right cycle. But if you have the wrong people as a cycle, you're going to be going down the drain. So it's important that for us to overcome some of the challenges that impede the personal commitments of ours, we need to stay informed, having the right information, having the right knowledge, knowing what is happening, and not just following the trend. Hello, please, you're on the call. Can you mute? Thank you. Mute yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Can you mute if you're on the call in the studio? Thank you. So, staying informed is very, very important, with the right information. In the global clusters, what we share is accurate. We don't just follow what's happening in social media. We don't just follow what's happening in the trend. We are not saying the social media is bad or is wrong. They are there to inform us and to educate us. But in the global cluster, we are saying that for you to grow your own personal commitment, you have to stay informed. So if you are not informed, you'll be deformed. So it's very important for you to get it. How do you get informed? Following the right content, reading the right information. You understand? Like everything we have in the global cluster is accurate. Everything we share is accurate. So in fact, for you to just stay informed, stay true and committed to the global clusters, you understand? Channel alone, for a whole month, you're gonna be a change person. I don't even know anything about the global cluster. I'm talking as a beneficiary. This is not who I used to be. You understand? But if I can be this, if the global presence can be what he is right now, and he is replicating that to others, I have so many of my friends here that we have been able to tap from the opportunities that the global presence opened up to every one of us. So if I could do this, anybody could do this. Anyone will actually do this. So it's just about getting the right knowledge, the right information, being with the right click, and you are growing and you are gonna be very, very, very good of yourself. Then another way of overcoming challenges of the personal commitment is avoid burnout by balancing commitment with self-care. Sometimes you just want to do more, you just want to help people, you just want to do this for this person, do this for this person. It's important that we watch out for ourselves. You understand? That's why in the global clusters we talk about genuine love every Wednesday, 5 p.m. By tomorrow, 5 p.m. we're gonna come here again talking about genuine love. And when we talk about genuine love, the first thing we talk about genuine love, is about yourself. Love yourself first. How do you love yourself? You care for yourself. Your health is very, very paramount. You eat well, you sleep well, have sufficient rest, do what is right, don't use drug, You understand? Drugs gonna kill you. You understand? You're gonna damage your system. So you avoid burnouts when you work. You understand? Because global clusters, we are so keen about you working. You can't be in the global cluster for 3 months and said you are lacking. There are so many opportunities. You don't even need to have anything. You don't need to have anything. In fact, even if you come to the global cluster and want to start from zero, like zero currency, and you are consistent and you are being renewed in your mind, you are being trained, you follow the professionals, you follow the technocrats, you follow the entrepreneurs, you are committed to them and to their teachings and their trainings and the line of business available, you're going to make something of yourself. We have several testimonies. We have people like that, that this has been happening to, and that's why we are encouraging our people, our clusterans, even non-clusterans have benefited. Some are not, we call them non cluster because they've not even subscribed. We have some people that they are not subscriber into the global clusters and they're benefiting. Some people start benefiting the second day that they joined even this our trainings. So what we are telling people is that go out there, tell everyone what you have been able to benefit from the global clusters. Because in this part of the world is popular that when we see what is good, we hide it. There's a Yoruba sayings that used to that say that tishu eniba jino inyama for bujeni. In the global cluster, you want us to just share all the benefit that you've been getting. No matter, even if you are 1 million on the global clusters, don't be scared. The money cannot finish. You understand? The money will continue to grow. Some of people are thinking, if I tell people now that they are making some stipend in this community now, maybe if you are too much, it will crash. This is not a Ponzi scheme. This is a community. Yeah, it's a virtual community and we are all working together. That is why we are having our meetings every day. So we meet ourselves, we see ourselves, we can do business. Like I now, the way the global cluster have positioned me, I can manage any business, any company, any parastatal for anyone because I've been able to get opportunity to be trained by by Cambridge University. I had the opportunity to have some courses done, some 3 courses, powerful courses done overseas even while here. Have the right connection with people all over the world. I have some friends in Pakistan, some are in Dubai, some in the UK, some America, some in Philippines, Indonesia, because we had the same course together. So it helped us to have that knowledge share and we continue to grow. I'm in Nigeria. I in the group where we were in the cohorts in our classes. I am a proud Nigerian. I didn't tell them my country is bad. I'm hungry. They should come give me money. No, we were sharing value. We were sharing ideas in that during that workshop and that training there. So it's opened me to so many opportunities and that's what we are telling our people, that go out there, tell people all the benefits you have been getting from the global clusters and let everyone come benefit from it because the global clusters is here to stay. We are here to change the narratives of our people. Here we have the Facebook from Mark Zuckerberg. We have the X, that's Twitter, from Elon Musk. Now we have the global clusters, proudly Nigerian, probably Africa. We have all the language. If you are not convenient with the language, the default language that is there, you can change it to your own language, even on the platform. So it's stationed and it's been designed to our own personal development and growth. You can navigate and interact with the platform easily, and as we benefit, we are telling others to go out there and inform others. So the in the personal commitment, as you are helping others, make sure that you also look out for yourself in time of self-care, in your resting, and in your engagement. Now, some practical daily actions, the things we can do for this, when you start doing something, for the start, it might be difficult. This human nature um, um, adapts to change. Uh, Let me use the word snailly. Saying it slowly. Is that so? But when you start doing it, your system will adapt to it, and you see yourself growing and developing. So, some practical daily actions that we can start engaging in for personal commitments. Like personal growth. Number one is greet people warmly and show appreciation. Understand? When you see people, you greet them good morning, good afternoon, good evening, even both physically, understand, or virtually. It could be online. The digital world has made most of us to lack this etiquette. You understand? There are some etiquettes of communication, and there are tools that are very, very important. You greet people for the first time. You greet them even if online. Depending on time, or you can just greet generally. Understand? Hello, hi, how you doing? You show appreciation, thank you, grateful, oh, thanks. All those. And if you wrong someone, oh, sorry, and all that. Very, very important. And these are daily commitments. These are the things that we can do, you know, to build our own self as humans and spread us across. Number two, daily action is help someone in need without expecting returns. If you have the opportunity to, like we talked about volunteering, if you have opportunity to assist someone, do it, to the best. Do not forget about self-care and burnout. So to the best of your ability, do it and we move. You understand? Some people it has been observed that some people don't want to do anything unless they are being watched, unless the camera is there or there's someone there that I want to appraise them. There's no need. You understand? So do your best to help someone, assist someone even without the camera, without anybody seeing you, because the universe is seeing you. The universe is like in the sky. There's nowhere that is hidden, to the sky. The nature is there. It's taking record of what we are doing, and every one of us, we're gonna get repaid for what we do. And the person you are doing it for, we never forget. So even if the person forget, I never repay you or even repay you for evil or wrong. It's okay. You did your own best. You believe that you did what is right, and you move. Number three action that we can engage in is reduce prejudice through open conversations. When situation arises, it's important we ask questions instead of just judging people. It's easy to judge because most people find it difficult to think through. It's important we think things through. When things happen, you ask question, you dialogue. Don't just judge people. You just say, oh, this how this person is, this what I heard about this person, or is doing this. I know sometimes some people might behave somehow at a particular moment. That period, don't just judge people in a moment or by moment. Understand? Some people, they have their own theory that in the next my 5 minutes conversation with anybody, I know who they are. Might not be true. That first 5 minutes might just be the 5 minutes of that person to just be human. Subsequently, that's what you were thinking, or your notion about the person might not actually be what you thought it is. So it's important that to build our personal commitments as an individual, as humans, is to reduce prejudice through open conversation. When something happened, or you felt something, or you thought about something, or you heard about something, call. There's no Clusterian here. There's no one that's been a consistent Clusterian that's gossip anyone. You understand? We don't gossip ourselves. If something happened and there's an issue, we call you. We make conference calls. You understand? Put you on call. This is what is happening. How about this? How can it be solved? Oh, okay, this what happened. Oh, it was a misunderstanding. It was a misrepresentation of information. Okay, this how it is. This how it is, and we are good. We don't judge people here. We don't have bad blood. You understand? Here, we treat ourselves as one family, irrespective of who you are. You understand? We don't care about your religion. You don't care about your ethnic. You don't care about your race. What is important about you? You are human, and you have potential. You have a talent. You have a gift. You have a value. To add, and you have the value to take first. You have the ability to learn, and you have the ability to add value. So that is the most important thing about what we do here in the global clusters. Another practical daily action that we can engage in is make ethical choices in consumption and work. Like we said before, that we don't do drugs. You understand? We don't do drugs in the global clusters. We frown at it. You understand? We always, in fact, there's a department in the global cluster called the pharmacokinetics. The 001 pharmacokinetics, that's mommy, we call her Mommy Rose, but that's Mrs. Comfort Adirogba. She's gonna have one of her time coming to the platform, telling us how what we eat affects our body. You understand? That we should eat food, like drugs, not take drugs like food. You understand? Not eat food, not use drugs as food. You understand? She has some wonderful, wonderful recipe that could help us that when we are eating this right, when we eat right, we are healthy. We don't even need to visit the hospital. You understand? So it's very important that we commit ourselves into that also, talking about ethical choices in consumption and work. And of course, at work, we treat ourselves right. We don't overwork ourselves. When it's time to rest, take a rest. Don't force your body to put you on the bed rest. Give yourself that limit, respect your own boundary as human, and just rest when the time is right. All right, some of the examples of what we can engage in, you know, um, some examples we can engage in for personal commitment is individuals leading grassroots change, you know, and we can start this. The global cluster is an avenue and opportunity for anyone to start grassroots change. You understand? You can play this for anyone. If I can use this as a viewing center. You understand? Every time the global cluster session is going on, you can have it on a viewing center. Let everybody in your village, let them come. Everybody in your community, let them come. Like they view the football matches, they can view this also. You understand? And this, starting from the grassroots, this can actually change just one person. The global cluster is just so very, very important in saying that every day we target just one person, just one. If a life is being touched, so if a life is being changed per day, I think and I believe that the global presence also is support of this my statement that we are so 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 satisfied that one person, by every of our session, one person is being changed, one person is being impacted, and one person see value in this and follow through the vision of the global clusters. Then another examples of what we can engage in is youth advocating for climate change. You know, most of us, especially from this side of the world, we don't understand this climate this climate action, this climate change. That's why we have the opportunity to have the regional manager of Remedy Aids coming to us to enlighten us about the renewable energy that bringing into the global cluster that we can do business with. That's generating energy from steam. Because all these are sources of energy. The petroleum, the fuel, the fossil fuel and the lights that produces carbon and the greenhouse gases, they are really affecting our environment. And some of us are still living in a community whereby they burn bushes. They have to burn bushes, they cause grass, indiscriminate felling of grass, of trees. All these, we have this knowledge, we can pass this to people, we can start to encourage people. We need to start planting trees. There was a time that Lagos State, in fact, oftentimes Lagos State engaged in tree planting and other states in Nigeria. Even the federal government also, there was a time they engaged in tree planting, on the roads around us. We have been encouraged to plant trees. All these help us to reduce, because they take in those toxic gases and give us a clean air. That's the energy. So we knowing all this, we can go out there and inform people. There are still some communities, they are still burning bushes. Yes, there's still some community that their way of waste disposal is still the drainage, the gutter. You understand? So we can go and enlighten. So we can enlighten them. This thing you are doing is not good. Though. The drainage is meant for water, not for your refuse and the likes. You understand? Those are the things we can do. You know, by so doing, we are committing ourselves to the right cause of humanity. Another example of what we can do is community supporting disasters victims. There are sometimes that some people they are victim of mommy 001 naps. Welcome, ma. Good to have you, ma. There are some times that some people time that some people engage in disaster, maybe flooding, or they are engaged in maybe fire disaster and the like. So when community comes to support these kind of people, is part of what we do as personal commitment. That's very, very important. It's part of what we do. Another example is cross-cultural initiative promoting peace. Like we have some community fighting, engaging in conflicts and the likes. So we engaging and helping those community, to promote peace. That is part of the thing that we can engage in as our personal commitment. I can see you, my brother. You're welcome. Yes, as we are concluding, so what are the call for action? Now, reflect on your role in humanity progress. What are you doing? What are you engaging in as an individual? What are you doing in promoting humanity? What are you doing to promote the peace of humanity as individual? As we do all these things, it's come back to us as an individual. So, as we are promoting the peace and the progress of humanity, it's coming back to us. So, we are calling ourselves to action that we should take one action today that uplifts others as individual. What are you doing? What can you do? We have so many instances and so many examples that we have cited that we can engage in as an individual. So when we do that, human one person at a time, that's come back to us also. And we have the community and the society of peace, of just that we want as an individual. Another action that we are calling ourselves to is commit to being consistent in your effort. Sometimes you look at your environment, you look around, you see that, wow, maybe you are the only one doing what is right because everyone in the society is just doing what they want to do, what is trending. And you feel like, oh, you are the only one committed to the right cause. And sometimes you just want to get tired, you just want to get weary in doing what is right. But you should just need to commit to doing that. You need to follow up. You have to be consistent in doing what is right in your effort. And that's will help every one of us to have that community that we want in the good light. Now, lastly, we can join networks that champion humanitarian causes. Any community, any organization that is pushing for what is right for the peace of humanity, for the peace of society, we engage in those. You understand? So it's very important that we don't join. It's very easy to call people. When people come together, it's easy to come. For example, when it's time for NSAS and the likes and bad government, you see people all over. You see every tribe coming together to go destroy. But when you call people that, okay, let's use this, maybe in the community, maybe just our own locality in our community, oh, there's a drainage we need to fix. You see people giving you excuses, ordinary community. But when it's time to cause confusion or crisis, you see people will be so eager, to come together to join that. But we are advocating here that we should join networks or communities or cause that champion humanitarian causes, whereby we do our best to help others in need, those in disasters, those that need help, maybe those that are vulnerable, lacking education. We can do our best to enlighten them. Our time is running out, and it's important that we have submissions before we close. Uh, I can see Grass to Grace. Please, if you're on the call, kindly unmute and add your voice as we close on Humanity Evolution today of the Global Clusters. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much, Brother Luashe, for all you do. On most occasions, I always listen to this message later. But I have the opportunity to join now, and I have one of my daughter. I think she probably dropped like 5 minutes ago. She has been on it as well. I asked her to join and then to come and listen to the what we've been doing in the
Yeah.
past 1 year
Yeah.
in our great and fantastic platform.
Yes.
Because if you don't appreciate your own, who's going to appreciate you? Who's going to come and
Every,
appreciate it for you?
every,
So
every.
we have to appreciate our own thing. And it's not just because we want to appreciate our own things, it's just simply because of the fact that it's also a very good products that we are advocating here. And we need to bring more, more younger ones in. We need to help them to change their orientation. This My daughter just finished her unit yesterday, her last
Yeah.
paper yesterday in
Wow.
Nigeria, and I say, okay, now we can talk. Before, I don't want to be stressing you because I know you are sitting for
Mm.
your exam.
Yeah.
So now we can talk like two adults, and then I started giving her some orientation, and I said, okay, so it's 5 o'clock, and one of the program is on every day. I don't know which one is which one, but I know that every five o'clock there's
Yeah.
something happening on
Yeah.
our platform. So I said join, and she did join. So after this live, I'm going to go jump on the call with her,
Yeah.
so that I can know what she think about it. You can't force these children, but you can only show them the lights,
Definitely.
so
Definitely.
that they will not, so that they can excel. You understand?
Sure.
Um,
Definitely.
as I was saying to her, I have never worked for anybody before in my life.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe when I was trying to get an experience in one thing or the other, but there's
Yeah.
nothing that as good as being an entrepreneur. To be honest,
Mm.
nobody promise you heaven and earth, but it will be worth the while. So this
Definitely.
is fantastic. I'm happy that you take time out to give this presentation. It's a wonderful presentation. You will not be
Thank you.
tired, you will not be weary,
Thank,
and
thank you.
the Lord will continue to strengthen us all. And I give kudos to uh, our president,
Yeah.
the overall global cluster president, Ambassador Adekunle Badmo, for all he has been doing for us. He doesn't really need to do this. He did not need to do this. He's not a poor
Hmm.
man. He can just
Yeah.
sit in his own, he doesn't even reside in Nigeria, for God's sake.
Mm.
He lives in Turkey. He really does not need to do to bring all this to people, but he's doing it out of the goodness of his heart. And he doesn't
Yeah.
want anybody to beg. He wants us
Mhm.
to be self-sufficient. He wants us to, because how much can somebody give you? You understand?
Yeah.
They will even ask you what you want to do with the money. But if you have
Hmm.
if you have your own money, you can do whatever you like with it. You don't have to
Yeah.
ask anybody their permission before you spend it. You
Hmm.
understand? So, and which is what we need to be bringing our young ones into, for them to actually have a total understanding of how this world actually work and how
Yeah.
it's wired. It's not a black and white.
Hmm.
It's much more complicated than that, but we can also make it easier for ourselves. Thank you so much
Thank
um,
you.
for everything. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
That's all I
Thank
have to
you
say.
so much for your submission. Good to have you on the call today, Mike. It has been a great submission. I will appreciate that, ma.
No
Dr.
problem.
Mary, you're on in transit. Can you hear us? Hello? Ma, you're muted. You're muted, ma. Ouch, network. You're muted. You're muted.
Hello,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Good
Welcome, ma.
evening, sir.
Good evening, ma.
I'm driving anyway, but let me
Yeah.
take this time. I cannot hear the lecture. I just came
Okay.
in. I
All
pray I
right.
will go back to watch it later. But I want
Yeah.
to take this time quickly to appreciate you, Clusteria Odusagun,
Thank you, ma.
Clusteria Nafolabidare,
Yeah.
Clusteria Fares, Clusteria Nashabi,
Yeah.
Clusteria Lincoln,
Yeah.
Clusteria David.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of you that came to your turn to
Yes.
give that wonderful seminar
Thank you,
on
ma.
artificial intelligence.
Thank you, ma.
Honestly, it continues to be the talk of the day now.
Wow.
My children are so happy, and people
That's
that could not make it, they were like, wow, they've missed. I
that's
want to
good.
say thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
ma.
you so much. And Allah will increase your knowledge. You people
Amen.
will not be tired, though. And to the
Amen.
Wayward Foundation that powered it, Mommy Amokwe, wherever you are, the Lord will bless you for us. We'll
Mm,
continue to see more of you. Thank you so much. That's
thank
just
you,
what
ma.
I want to say for this
Thank you.
evening. I love
Thank
you
you.
all. Keep
Thank
on
you
doing
so
the
very
good
much.
work. The Lord,
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you. Yes, I can see Mr. Peter. Are you still there? Kindly add your voice as we are closing. If you are still on the call, Mr. Peter. Okay. I think he has left. All right. As we close for today, because the session is always 5 to 6, and it's very important that we keep the time to allow as many that want to go back to their businesses to do that. Now, as we conclude, we are saying that personal commitments to humanity transform societies. Every small action counts towards a better world. Together, we can build a compassionate and just future for ourselves as a people, for our nation, Nigeria, and of course for Africa to the world. We say a very big, big thank you to everyone that have find their way into the studio today, and a very big shout out to as many on YouTube and on Facebook channel. Thank you so very much for all you do and staying right here on the call. A very big shout out to the global president of the global clusters, in person of Ambassador Dr. Adekule Badmos. Thank you, sir, for all you do. Big shout out to the 001 Humanity Evolution of the global clusters, Dr. Yaro Doris. Thank you, ma. And a very big shout out to the 002 Humanity Revolution, in person of Chaplain Dr. James Mercy Obatsumebi. As we close, we ask ourselves, who are we? We are the community of professionals or upcoming professionals. We are the community of technocrats or upcoming technocrats. We are the community of entrepreneurs or upcoming entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of our industries, because we believe that when you have the right knowledge, you have the right power. Where we share accurate information, because we believe that when you have the right information, it's like a bridge for you to move from where you are to where you ought to be. Where we share accurate connection, because we believe that so who we are connected to determine what you collect. So we are not just a social media platform where you do all your features of Facebook. You connect with your friends. You make your video calls, your audio call, or you can even go there and sell like a pro. You know, the Global Cluster platform is the first social media platform that promotes morals, and we are here to push Nigeria and to make Nigeria great again in our action and in our own development. That's why we come here every day, we interact, we come every day, we connect, we come every day, pass the right information and knowledge to ourselves, because we believe that for us to be developed as a nation, we have to be developed as a people. We believe that it is the developed people that make up the developed nation. And every time we come here, we deliberate on how we can be better for ourselves to make our nation great again. You can check us out on www.theglobalclusters.org, or you go to Play Store and download the app and explore and join us. And every day we come here, we deliberate on how we can be better on ourselves. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and every Wednesday, 5 p.m., we come again doing genuine love revolution. We are saying instead of answers, instead of end bad governance, we are saying let's engage in genuine love, treating ourselves with love, with empathy, with kindness, not because of religion, not because of tribe, not because of political affiliation, but when we treat ourselves with love, we have the nation that we want, we have the nation that we really want, and our dreams coming true together as a people. I am Klosin Oluwaseyi, and I say for now, bye for now. Thank you. Bye bye.